Okay, it says I'm live. I'll take a moment to preen. I'll just take a moment. Hi, Addie. Come here. Hi, everyone. I see people coming in. Addie's here. Hi, Reagan. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what's going on. But hi, Missy. Everyone's coming back. Hi, Belinda. No audio. Uh-oh. Let's see. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, you guys hear me? All right, great. So if you can't hear me, you're not going to hear me say that it's probably on your end. Okay. All right, you guys are good? All right, look, new location. I'm in my little, this is actually like Henry's corner nook. I'm prettier in close up. You can see the details on my collar a little better, guys. So this is the one I was talking about for, it's so easy. See how it's like mitered? This is what you can't really see from far away. It's like mitered in the corners, and it's not just like one solid piece. It has that mitering. So that's why you can use like stripes or a border print or something like that on these little strips. So I show you in that It's So Easy video, I show you how to cut and sew the collar and how to use stripes and trims and stuff like that. So Henry got evicted. I know, this is his chair. So I'm actually like sitting in all of his fur right now. So this is his little nook. Yeah, isn't this plant pretty? This is a silver pothos. Is that how you say that? Pothos? This one is doing really All right, well, I don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. This might be it for today. It's back. All right, so it's back. No audio. Back but blurry. I don't know, guys. Yeah, just like refresh. And if that doesn't work, we might just have to make this a short one today, I'm afraid. I did make a valiant effort on my tutorial. Did you guys like the tutorial? How many stars would you give it? Not done. I don't know. I mean, you can only do what you can do, you know, when it comes to technology. Yeah, if it's giving you trouble, just refresh. So yeah, I don't know. 10 out of 5 stars. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you, Evie. I'm flattered. Yeah, because I was kind of thinking, you know, I took like a little 15-minute segment of the talk about knits yesterday and made it into like a little IGTV video. And I was like, it could be fun to have these lives, you know, be little skill segment kind of things. So what I would love to do, and I did go back through all of my YouTube lives last night, and I like put in the title what I talk about. And sometimes it was a little hard because it was like I talked about like my my ceramic poodle collection. Like, I don't know. So I mean, as best as I could, I like gave each one a topic in the title. And I also used a screenshot from like a screen grab from the video as the image. So I don't know if that refreshes your memories on what I talked about based on the outfit I'm wearing. So yeah, I did do it. That's what I was saying when we cut out last time, is that last night I did like 2 things that I said I was never going to do. You guys must have inspired me because yeah, one of the things I did last night was I went through all the YouTube videos and did that. So the one where Gertie becomes little Evie, a little Edie. Yeah, so yeah, I did my best, guys. Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. It actually wasn't that hard. I tend to put things off that I think are going to be really hard to do or like very tedious, and then I realize it doesn't really take that long. So, oh, thank you, Evie. That's very sweet of you. So yeah, it didn't even take that long, and now you can go through and instead of just seeing the same image for every live video, you'll see a weird picture of me doing something and a description saying, you know, here's the one where I drink Coke Zero and show you 2 failed hairdos. I am on Henry's chair. I am, but he's on the couch, so it's mine now. Sorry, Henry. And Hattie's right here at my feet. Can I make the Lamora playlist? No, that's too much. Yes, someday I'll do it. Someday I will do it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Henry's chair. I'm the one buying all the poodles you want. So I actually bought them all from one place. There's a place in town, well, across the river in Newburgh, where the studio is called Newburgh Vintage Warehouse. And I just went and bought up pretty much all of their ceramic spaghetti poodles in like one day. So I have a whole little collection over there. And actually, guys, I think that they're doing a live feed this Saturday. So I know they're trying to kind of like sell things online. You know, like I really feel for these businesses who like rely on like foot traffic and, you know, brick and mortar stores and all of that. So I don't know if you want to check them out, they're called Newburgh Vintage Emporium. And I also found that like one of my local restaurants is doing like a steak dinner on Friday nights that you can, you know, go and pick up and you like reserve in advance. So I don't know, stuff like that. I've just been kind of like looking for ways to support local businesses because it kind of just feels like the longer this goes on, I'm just so worried about those people being able to come back. So yeah, that's something kind of fun to do is just see what your local favorites are up to and what they're doing that's more like virtual or curbside pickup, you know, all of that stuff. Yeah. So I like my little vignette here with my plant, with my pothos. But I love cooking so much. You know me. I love cooking and gardening. I do love houseplants. And I have a few successful ones. Maybe one day we'll do a tour of my houseplants, my successful houseplants. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the dead plant graveyard on my back porch. This is one of my favorites, though, this pothos. And I have 2 monsteras that are doing pretty well. I have a ZZ plant, and I have another silver pothos. And those are my 2 kind of like, I mean, those are my like, that's my collection of living plants. I like how this video has devolved from serious sewing tutorial into here's a list of all my plants. Oh, I also have a jade plant that's very beautiful on the coffee table right there. No plants survive in your house. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because I'm actually like a chronic underwaterer. That the ones that do well with underwatering do well in this household, and then the others die. So, but like once a week watering is perfect for me because that's about as much as I remember to do it. And I don't know if you guys have seen in the studio, we have a 14-foot tall bird of paradise plant. And I'm a little worried about it right now because obviously we are not there, but I am going in at least once a week to water it. But this, I think I went in the beginning of last week and I'm not going to go until Friday this week. So that's a bit of a long stretch for that plant. So we'll see how it's doing. Yeah, that's a real plant. It's a 14-foot tall bird of paradise plant. It's pretty astounding. Yeah, so that's my list of plants. And then I am cooking today, actually, Belinda. You wouldn't believe it. I am doing a veggie soup in the slow cooker. So this is my favorite recipe. This is my only recipe. I invented it myself. So what you do is you take a like a carton of stock. I use chicken stock, but you could use vegetable stock if you're vegetarian. Use a full one of that, and then you take a bag. Okay, no, wait, hold on. Let me go through the cupboard goods first. You take your stock, add it to your crock pot. Then you take a can of diced tomatoes, add that. Then you take a little packet of ranch dressing, which makes everything taste amazing. Little packet of ranch dressing, the powdered stuff. So the powder mix, put it in the crock pot. Then you take a bag of frozen vegetables. My grocery store sells a mix called soup mix. I love how generic it is. So you just take that bag, throw it in, open it up first, obviously. Open the bag. Then you empty it into the crock pot. And then the last thing you do is take a bag of frozen cheese tortellini and throw that in. And you're jotting this down. Oh my God, am I going to become a cooking YouTuber? That would be a surprising turn. That would be a really surprising turn because this is the only thing I know how to cook. No, that's not true. I know a few things, but this is the only thing that I've invented myself. And that's it. So, and then you put it on low for like 4 hours. That's the nice thing about it too. You don't want to overcook it. Is Melisha still here? I'm famous for creating mush in the crock pot because I overcook everything, like with rice and stuff in it. So this one, you just want to go like 4 hours on low. All right. So it doesn't need a full day of cooking. So you can put it in, I put it in around 2, I think, and then it'll be ready like, after we're done here. So yeah, Melisha knows I'm famous for making mush in the crock pot unintentionally because I've like been trying to figure out how to use like rice and stuff in the crock pot and like add it uncooked. And then I just always overcook it. Oh, and one time I forgot to put the crock pot, the crock pot part of the crock pot. This is so dumb, you guys. I cannot believe I'm telling you this. I just poured everything directly into the metal part of the crock pot without the like ceramic part in there that like is the crock part. And I left like rice and turkey and something else like that for the whole day when I went to the studio. And then I came home and it was like boiling. And I was like, something looks weird. I was like, something's wrong. And then it honestly wasn't until I looked into my cupboard and saw the like ceramic part that I was like, oh my God, that's supposed to go into the crock pot. Is my mom here? I don't think I've told her this. Yeah, that was like a low moment for me in my cooking or lack thereof. Yeah, I know. Bless my heart. I'm a dummy sometimes. So that's me and cooking. Did you guys write down my soup recipe? We're cooking. Yeah, I love the crock pot. I like being able to like, well, remember when we used to leave the house and like go to work? I would leave, I would like make a soup in the morning, leave it to cook all day, and then it'd be ready. And I really love this also is not applicable to my life anymore either. But like when you come through the door at the end of the day and like the house just smells so wonderful and like dinner is ready to go, you don't have to do anything. Like that's the kind of cooking I need. Yeah. So once Adrian, I've done that too. Forgot to put the water in a pot of coffee. Yeah, I forgot to put the coffee in a pot of coffee. Yeah, it's really my mom says really. Yes, Mom. And I didn't burn down the house, so that's what we can take away from this. But yeah, and I did end up eating what I made that time. It was just like really overcooked. So that was the mushiest of the mush. Yeah, slow cooker Japanese curry. Ooh, that sounds good. Well, now our buffering issues seem to have subsided now that my important sewing demo is over. I'll have to redo it someday. So I spent most of the day, oh my gosh, cheese and crackers for dinner. Yeah, I believe that is dinner and lunch. Um, I spent most of the day writing instructions for next month's Patreon project, so that's exciting. I sent John the footage that I filmed last week, and he's going to do the editing, so that's great. And he said I did a great job, guys. So, and he was also surprised with how well I did with the GoPro, and he said we should use that from now on as the overhead shot. So, yeah, the GoPro worked really well. And yeah, I think to keep filming at home without a crew, I'm going to need just a mic that I can hook up. So that's my next thing. Show you more of my fabric stash. Most of it's at the studio. Was there a sock on the radiator? I would never. Yeah, so the GoPro, it wasn't on my head. I feel like I would make you guys seasick if I like put it on my head. I'm a strong, capable woman. Thank you, Melisha. So are you. About that. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, so I spent a lot of the day writing instructions. They're not done yet. Melisha and I talked on the phone, and I was like, this won't take me long. And of course, it's only like halfway done. So I have to. So I did hear back from my bank about the business loan I told you guys about, the payroll protection plan or whatever it is. And they need more documents from me, which means I have to do icky financial documentation stuff. So I'll do that tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, you made your first dress yesterday, the popover. That's amazing. That's awesome. And yeah, we are gonna have another YouTube video coming out. The other thing Melisha and I were talking about is sort of like a plan for when we're releasing things. As you guys know, the pre-order is still going on for Stanwyck and Hepburn. So we do have a YouTube video on making Stanwyck. So we're going to release that probably like by the end of next week. We want to figure out a good way to time it so that, I mean, I feel like you guys wouldn't mind getting the video a little before you got your patterns, right? Because you could watch it through and think about what supplies you needed and what kind of fabric you wanted to order and all of that. So it might be on YouTube for you a little bit before the patterns actually ship out. But I don't know. I don't feel like that's a big deal. I actually feel like it might be kind of fun to be able to watch it ahead of time. You guys are saying yes. Okay. So I just didn't want it to be too frustrating. Like, here's a video of a pattern that we're not shipping out. But I think it'll be nice. Then you can kind of like prepare for it, right? So yeah, that will be up like, I'm thinking like the end of next week. And that's like the 24th. And then the week after that is May 1st. So we'll be releasing new Patreon stuff. So yeah, all exciting. Let's see. There was a question. Melisha is moderating the heck out of this thread. Thank you, Melisha. Quick question on the Hepburn top. Do you need a serger to sew it, or can it be done on a sewing machine? You can do it on just a sewing machine. You definitely don't need a serger. And so we did it that we used a narrow zigzag stitch on the sewing machine for the majority of the construction. And then we used the serger for seam finishes. But you could also use a zigzag or an overlock stitch on your sewing machine to finish the seams, or honestly, you could just leave the seams unfinished because knits don't really fray. It's very rare that knits fray as much as wovens, so you probably don't even really have to worry about it. Hunting trolls. Yeah. So, yeah, Melisha was saying, is it going to be weird that we have like, are we like overloading you guys with stuff? And I was like, well, with like content. I was like, I kind of feel like if there's ever a time to do it, it's now, because people have like a little more time on their hands to be watching videos. And I know that like for me, YouTube has been kind of going crazy and like with a lot of growth and stuff on my channel. So it kind of seems like now is the time to give you more content, and you literally have nothing going on. I just don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed, you know? You need the overload. All right, good. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. I was thinking you're not going to make all of these things right away, but all the new tutorials will be there for you. So that's good. Yeah. So, Moxie, you finished your Lemoore dress? That's awesome. Yeah, okay, we'll just keep overloading you. Where can you buy my fabric? I still have a line with Michael Miller, so you should be, if you Google Michael Miller Gertie, you should be able to find those fabrics still. Those are quilting cottons. And then the rest of the lines are at Spotlight now, so that's only in Australia and New Zealand. So if you're in those countries, you can get them at Spotlight. Let's overload them. Let's do it, Melisha. Yeah. Yeah, it's true, Michael. Like once the content is up there, you guys don't have to use it right away. It's not a race to see who can make the most projects. Though it is a little bit of a race. It's a little bit of a competition. So I'm just kidding. It's not a competition. So yeah. So you can just pick which project you want to do first and do that. I should do a range of stable knits with Spotlight. Yeah, fabric design isn't really like a huge part of what I'm doing now. It's just been like it's a lot. I mean, it's hard to get people what they want, honestly, when it comes to fabric, because I was at Joann's. That was kind of ideal actually, because Joann's did a lot of different types of fabrics. Like they did knits, they did border prints, satines, poplins. I did a couple like Swiss dot prints with them, but they don't really keep designers on for like years and years and years. So I did a few years with them, and then that was it with them. So, and then Spotlight picked up the line, which has been great, but they are only like the distribution is very limited, obviously. So, because it's just Australia and New Zealand. So, and then that frustrates a lot of people who can't get it. And also each of these retailers has very specific ideas about what they want too, by the way. Like Spotlight like loves their border prints in stretch sateen for some reason, and they love the cherry prints and they love the anchor prints. So like we've done a couple seasons of that, and they just kind of want to keep going with what is successful. And then things like Michael Miller, like they only do, like I went with Michael Miller for a couple seasons because I didn't have anything coming out in the US, which people were frustrated by, but they only do quilting cottons. So then people found that disappointing because it's not a garment fabric, but it's really the only choice here in the US, honestly. So I've really kind of, and it's not my favorite part of the business anyway. Like it's fun having, your own fabrics and everything, and it's nice when it works out, but I'm never going to like make that a financial priority again, because it's never going to like be a big part of my income, if that makes sense. So do Joann's again. Yeah, see, that's the thing, guys. It's not like I can just call up Joann's and be like, hey, why don't you pick up my line again? Like, they're done. Like, they let you know when they're done with you. So, yeah, I mean, that would be great if they did want to do it, but they don't. So, yeah, it's just, and it's honestly, like I said, it's not my favorite part of the business. So I would much rather be making you guys patterns and new video content and new Patreon content. Like, I just feel like that's a better use of my time and energy. So yeah, I know that I like appreciate how much you guys have loved the fabrics, but it's just not really going to be like a big part of what I do. And yeah, if Joann's comes back and says they want to pick me up again, I'm all over it. Like, you know, believe me, I was not the one walking away from that relationship. That was a nice steady paycheck for me. So believe me, like that was not something that I just stopped doing. So yeah. And yeah, and like with Spoonflower, like it's not a viable means to an income, really, guys. It's just like if you're selling on Spoonflower, you're really only getting like a small royalty. And I believe they only pay you in Spoonflower credit. I could be wrong. But again, it's just like it's not a good use of my time. So, and especially since if you think about it, like the time spent doing that would be taking away from the Patreon, from Charm Patterns, from making these videos. Like it's just, yeah, it's just not really, yeah. So, you know, if people approach me, Joann's, are you listening? Then yeah, I would definitely do that again. But yeah, it's not something, that's the only way I could really do it again. Yeah, guys, Spoonflower. It's it's not going to be a good use of time and funds. Yeah, what we're producing right now is pretty much like all of our time taken up. So you're looking at like full capacity workload for two people, me and Melisha. So anything that we do on top of this would require more staff, which isn't going to happen right now. And or it would require us taking away from other things. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just kind of feel I'm really happy with the balance right now. So, but I hear your interest. I'm glad you guys like it so much. Hire me. Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things that Melisha and I were saying today too is that like um we were just sort of like we're having a fantasy moment about like having a staff one day. Because right now I feel like, especially with getting back to people on like all the various platforms that we're on, because we're obviously on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and so that's 4 social media platforms that we're paying close attention to, and most of those platforms have like a DM feature and a comment feature. So there are like 2 places you have to look to be responding to people's comments and questions. And then that's not even including like customer service emails. So yeah. So there's just a lot. I mean, between the 2 of us, like we divide up which platforms we respond to. Um, so it's just a lot. And I was saying today, like I kind of turned off YouTube comments for a while. I should get a media person. Um, yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of at the point in our growth where like 2 people is kind of perfect for our company, but like we're growing enough that it's like it's very easy to fantasize about having more people and more help. Yeah, customer service. It's really interesting. And I was just saying like YouTube, for a while I would kind of like ignore comments here because, no offense guys, and I'm not counting you guys into this, but I found that when comments have been kind of like snarky or like just like needlessly contentious, it's been on YouTube. So I've kind of like tuned out a little bit from YouTube comments. I'm not talking about our chat right now. You guys are my first priority. But tuned out of that, and then like you kind of come back in and you're like, oh God, what did I miss? I'm like, yeah, it's just a lot. I'm not complaining. Am I complaining? I'm not trying to complain. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot that goes on. And there's a lot of queries and like customer service and comments and stuff like that. So YouTube has some of the worst comments you've seen. Yeah. I mean, they're kind of famous for for abusive comments, but you know, I'm airing, I'm venting. Oh my gosh, Mom, am I sounding discouraged? I'm not discouraged. I'm happy. I'm happy because I feel like we're at a really good growth point right now. But and I hope that we look back in like a few years and we have you know, more people helping. And yeah. Yeah, that was the birthplace of the preen comment. Yeah, so sometimes like those comments are, you know, they're funny. They can spawn a movement. The preen movement. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about today, guys. We went from serious sewing tutorial to Gertie venting her frustrations and preening. We love that comment. Yeah, see? So some of these comments, they spawn a movement. Do you guys like on another serious topic? How are we feeling about the pigtails? I'm feeling pretty committed to it. Preen break. I'm feeling pretty committed to the pigtails. I like it a lot. You're digging them? Okay, good. I feel like they're highlighting. Look at that nice gray streak I've got going over here. It's like a mature pigtail. Marin's here. We were talking about you earlier. I was saying that I applied for my Amazon affiliate account. Thanks, Marin. You inspired me. I said I was never going to do it, and then I did it. And then the other thing I did was that I went back through the YouTube videos and I titled them and I gave them pictures rather. I gave them like little screen grabs. I know, so productive. Should we talk about my eyeshadow? So I did use the Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette today. Can you guys see it? The one that Missy was saying she used on me at the shoot, and I just got it from Ulta. Isn't it pretty? So like warm browns. And then I also used a little bit of shimmer from a Pat McGrath palette, just like in the inner corner. You are a pusher, Marin. You're making things happen. You're a game changer. Yeah. Green break. So Marin, what you missed is I did a very serious sewing tutorial earlier, and we were actually in a whole different stream because we kept buffering. So I was at the table. You can watch that one later. I was at the table. It was very professional and serious. And I showed how to use this tissue paper for cutting slippery fabrics. And then we were having buffering issues. So I moved to a new stream, and I also moved over to my corner preen spot. Melisha, you're working hard with the trolls today. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think that you can make an affiliate link for anything on Amazon. I mean, the question is, where do I do it? I wish I could just have like a Gertie's Amazon page on Amazon so you could see all the products that I like on Amazon. But I think I actually have to like go make, I have to go make like a blog post. and put the links in there. So we'll see. It was like an episode of It's So Easy. It was. I was very serious. I was not joking around. I wasn't preening. No singing. It was very serious. Melisha needs help. Melisha's been really busy. I think I got a marriage proposal from a troll today. So guys, I'm getting married. I'm getting married to a YouTube troll. I need a catchy jingle. Yeah, I do. Okay, I can just create a new page under Charm Pattern site and store all the affiliate links there. Okay. Oh yeah, I shared a recipe too. Oh my gosh, we've done so much today. Okay, so Michelle, does it need to be a blog post? Is it just like can it just be a list? And then I just direct people there and they can just read the whole list of things I recommend on Amazon. That seems like the easiest way to do it. I need to live stream the troll wedding. Trolls do need love. They need more love than anyone else. That's why they are the way they are. Okay, so Michael says there was a question about the 2 layers of slippery fabric slipping. What does that mean? When you go to cut, the tissue paper underneath just really stabilizes both of them, and then you pin the pattern on top so it just stays in place. It works. It works, guys. They don't slip. I wouldn't do it that way if they slipped. Did I add my makeup list on the Patreon video? I didn't, guys. I'm sorry. That's been on my to-do list for a while. Because remember when I did that makeup tutorial, I was having my arm issue. And so I was like, I can't type. And then I just never did it. So I'm sorry. It's on my list. All makeup would have to be affiliated. You can sew with the tissue too. Yeah, if you guys look at my Read a Blouse tutorial on Patreon, I show you how to use the tissue paper as a stabilizer when you sew seams together. So you can just put it underneath 2 layers and sew it to stabilize it and then tear it away. So that's cool. Someone called Dose of Colors for a Gertie collab. Oh my God. Guys, that would be amazing. What colors do you think I should put in my eyeshadow palette? The Charm palette. All right, everyone. So this was fun. Pre break. I'm sorry it was so disjointed because of our buffering issues and all of that, but it's been fun. It's like we had a little like serious segment, and then this is my fireside chat segment over here, where I shared recipes and makeup tips and complained about my workload. Yeah, it's been a good day. Yeah, so I gotta go back to sewing too, guys. I think I told you guys that there was filming happened for Patreon last week, and now I have to finish up some of the hand sewing and all of that, and then take pictures on Friday. So yeah, everything is going forward. Gertie red and Melisha purple. There would have to be pink and purple. That would be very cute. All right, guys. I love seeing you guys every day. It's the highlight of my day too. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you guys for joining me, as always. And I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully the internet will be working again. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Take it easy. Enjoy your dinner. I'll be enjoying Gertie's signature soup from the Crockpot. And I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye.